few weeks ago, Jared Hess's latest film, a Minecraft movie, opened in theaters. Now it's time to rank all 6 Jared Hess movies from the worst to the best. In last place is Gentlemen Broncos. For the first little bit, I was kinda into this. Much like Napoleon Dynamite, it's about an endearing social outcast, and the main character, like me, has a passion for sci-fi novels and film, and it has that cozy 80s-ish atmosphere with a home movie quality. Unfortunately, the film loses the plot after the first third, and just becomes a cheaper version of Big Fat Liar. On top of that, absolutely none of the jokes are funny. The attempts at humor from Jermaine Clement, who in this movie sounds like he's doing a bad Alan Rickman impression, or most of the jokes from him are sexist jokes about women's boobs. And it's not just once, it's at various points throughout the film, like it's the only joke, and it becomes a dead horse very quickly. They're cringy and go on for way too long. I don't know what Jared Hess was thinking with this one. This could have had charm, but it's brought way down by its awkward sexist writing. Number 6, a Minecraft movie. The question, how do you make a successful, charming movie using an IP that has no story to begin with, was answered with the Lego Movie. This is the Lego Movie if it were bad. But Jared Hess is the writer in addition to the director. Films turned out pretty good. Unfortunately, Hess is not the writer. This movie feels like a bunch of 40-somethings trying way too hard to appeal to the kids of today. The dialogue consists of, first we mine, and then we craft. Minecraft! And these lines are said without any sense of self-awareness or making a movie where the audience is in on the joke. Indeed, it seems just like the Lego Movie, making a movie about a property that you can do anything with should be a logical choice. Unfortunately, this movie lacks what the Lego Movie had: heart, humor, and charm. Harris's trademark is movies about nerdy misfits who are socially awkward but are charming. Napoleon Dynamite isn't so much of a plot-driven movie, but it works because the main character is relatable and charming. Here, none of the characters are memorable. Even Jack Black, who has worked with Hess before and made Nacho Libre some of Hess's best work, and brought a fun performance to previous video game movie Mario, plays just essentially a human version of Poe the Panda. Except, unlike Poe, Black's character has no growth. In fact, none of the characters have any growth. They just exist to move the plot forward without giving the audience any reason to care about them. The plot, and I use that word generously and very, very loosely here, is thin and has no flow. The jokes have no natural build-up or segue, and it's hard to pinpoint exactly who the main character of the film is or what the end goal is. This is a film that has no idea who it's for. The plot isn't interesting enough to keep the kids or adults engaged, and the humor is too childish for the adults, while at the same time not hitting the right notes for the kids either. A child on my screen tripped and fell as he was running during the movie, and that moment was more entertaining than this film, and I'm sure any pain he felt was nothing compared to having to sit through this. In Minecraft, you need to have a foundation to build something, and this film has no foundation, so therefore it all falls apart. This is a film that should be buried in the netherworld. It's a film for pretty much nobody, and you can justifiably skip it. Number 5, Thelma the Unicorn. A perfectly harmless kids movie. This is a movie that is very clearly aimed at young children, and it's fine. There weren't any bad messages or things I wouldn't be comfortable with. The story is just very cliche. It's a Price of Fame story that you've already seen. I do find it ironic that the movie tries to speak out against songs that are AI-produced, uninspired marketed slop, but then it has the songs in the movie be exactly that. It has good animation, but it's not a movie I'm going to watch again. Number 4, Masterminds. To appreciate this movie, you need to have an appreciation for redneck humor. The entire cast of characters are dim-witted, but also kind of charming. It's funny that this movie is about a real event that happened, though I'm sure for comedic and artistic license the events have been incredibly exaggerated. The jokes are sharp, the story is compelling and hilarious, and it's a fun heist movie crime thriller. Number 3, Napoleon Dynamite. A movie that was a bit of a sleeper hit. It didn't do all that well when it came out, but over the past 20 years, it's become one of the most iconic and quotable teen comedies. There are so many great little lines. This isn't so much a plot-driven movie as it is more of a grounded in realism, Wes Anderson vibes type of movie, where you're spending time with quirky, charming characters. There isn't a huge character arc or life lesson, just an endearing main character and some cozy vibes with sharp comedy. Number 2, Don Verdean. What if the Babylon Bee made Indiana Jones? Babylon Bee is a satire site from a Christian perspective, and this is the kind of thing that it feels like they'd make. It manages to poke fun at various aspects of various religions without ever going into sacrilegious or blasphemous territory. The director himself is a Christian, so it's more of a matter of laughing with them, not at them. You can tell the director is from Utah, because there are quite a few jokes that only make sense if you're familiar with Utah and Utah culture. I had a fun time with this one and thought it was sharp and witty with a clever story. And in first place is Nacho Libre. Nacho! Out of all of Jared Hess's movies, this is the one that I think has the most heart. The main character starts out fighting for money and fame, but as the film goes on, learns to fight for something bigger than himself. The comedy is sharp, Jack Black is a hilarious performance, the story has the best character growth, and the movie overall is very heartwarming. It's got charm, it's got comedy, it's got heart, and it comes in at number 1. So go ahead and share your ranking of the Jared Hess movies, or at least maybe the ones you've seen, and I'll see you next time.